I'm hunting two properties that honestly couldn't be much more different.
Get over into that cornfield in the afternoons or whenever.
Hey, what's up everybody? I'm going to try to get you guys caught up as to what I've been having going on so far with my scouting season. And then we can finish the rest of the video. This year, I've got a pretty interesting decision to make. I'm hunting two properties that honestly couldn't be much more different. One is an urban property, small, surrounded by houses, roads, and people. But tucked inside of it, I've got at least two mature bucks that I'd be absolutely happy to put a tag on. The other is the complete opposite. It's a farm, a big piece of ground, more room to move, more traditional deer habitat, and there are at least two mature bucks there too. So on paper, I've got 4 shooter bucks between two completely different properties. But having mature bucks on camera and actually figuring out how to kill one are two very different things. Over the last couple of trips, I've been scouting both places, looking at their bedding, food, access, and travel routes, and trying to figure out where I actually have the best opportunity once the season opens. And that's what this video is about. Urban bucks versus farm bucks. And I'm going to show you exactly what I found at both properties and how I'm thinking about hunting each one. And by the end of this, I want to figure out which property gives me the best chance at a mature buck this fall. So let's start with the urban spot.
Hey, what's up, y'all? So we just finished shooting a tournament or a benefit tournament, and we have to wait. This giant buck right here. We have to wait until about 1:30 for them to finish adding up the scores and do the giveaways and all that stuff. So we're actually going to slip away to the permission piece that we have and see if we can get some trail cameras moved around, and if we're lucky, I've got the camera with me, maybe we can get some good videos of one of these nice bucks. But first we got to grab some food. I have not eaten all day long, so the only place nearby is the Hardee's. So we're going to sit in this drive-thru however long it takes and then go see if we can find some deer. Alright guys, we are trying to blend in for the suburban area. We're not wearing camo, and just got a regular backpack. Camera. See if we can put our eyes on this deer. Alright, so honestly this is kind of crazy. I'm having a hard time moving around the property right now because on one side over here it's got the buck we're calling Lucky, and then when I came in down the driveway over here, the big 8 was standing right there with another really tall 8 or 10 pointer. I got limited amount of footage on them, but I need to move a couple of these cameras, but I don't know if I can get to them. I'm going to try to sneak up here behind the shop and see if there's the big 8 and that other big deer are still up there. And if they're not, I might be able to flip that camera. If they are there, maybe I can get some better footage. Alright, that was crazy. So we parked a little bit down the road. I figured the deer might be in the yard of the guy's house, and they were. So I just walked right down the front driveway and tried to walk straight to the house. Walked past the big 8, and he was with another deer. I got to go back and look at the footage. I think that deer might have been, he was really tall. He is probably a shooter too. So kept looking around, saw a couple more smaller bucks, several does. I got one camera set. I wanted to move a couple others, but they were surrounded by big bucks, so I didn't want to push them out and spook them too bad, even though I don't really think they're going anywhere. But we got one more camera set on a place where I'm pretty sure they're crossing, and we got a lot of footage of some deer. On the way out, I saw the deer I'm calling Lucky, the deer that I got the permission for, and I got limited video of him because he was bedded with a few other deer, but they're all there, every deer. This is crazy. I've never hunted a spot like this before.
Well, that's kind of crazy. This has been my first time ever hunting a situation like that. But now that you've seen that, let's take you over to something I'm a little bit more familiar with, and we'll show you the farm and everything that we found while we were there. All right, guys, so right now we are heading over to this big farm property that I got permission on last year. I actually don't know a lot about the property. Like I said, last year was the first year that we hunted it, and we only hunted it a few times, but I was able to find one little spot that I did like, and I had a camera running over there this year, and we've had some really nice mature bucks show up on that camera. So we're gonna slide back in there today. This is gonna be the first time I've been back over there. We're gonna hang a couple more cameras. We're gonna look around a little bit and see what else we can learn about these bucks. And I think this ridge right here is where all these deer are coming from, feeding back across here, and then there's a power line and it feeds back over into the cornfield. There's another bed. All right, so we worked our way up the ridge a little bit, and we got up here right to the kind of the point where it goes both ways. And sure enough, I found one bed back there, right over we came around the corner. And then there's this just really nice example of a bed right here. And you come a little closer, you'll be able to see. And it's a nice big bed right there. I know that these deer have been up here bedding where they can see out across the ridge in almost every single direction. It's going to be really hard to sneak up on them here, but I've got a couple ideas. So we're going to get another camera out right over here on the point. I think that'll be a spot where they probably cross back and forth, and we'll figure out which direction they like to come from and try to get a game plan together. All right, guys, so we're wrapping it up. It's super hot outside today. The truck says 92 right now. I'm soaking wet. But we did get some good information. We were able to locate the beds. We were able to locate the acorns. And we were also able to locate another trail camera. It looks kind of old, but we're not the only ones with permission here, so we just got to do our best. Other than that, we got another camera out. I think it's in a good spot. Hopefully we get some good information and we're able to figure out which way they're coming from, and that'll help us to make a game plan. So we'll check back in with you guys later. So now you guys have seen both spots, and honestly, I don't know which one I'm more excited about. The urban property is completely different from anywhere I've hunted before. There's not much room to work with, there's a bunch of houses everywhere, and getting in and out without screwing the place up is going to be a challenge. But there are some really good deer in there, and they seem pretty comfortable living around people. And then you've got the farm. That's a lot more familiar to me. More room, more traditional deer habitat, and a lot more options for how I can hunt it. But there are other hunters around, and that brings a completely different kind of pressure. So right now, I don't think I'm picking one over the other. I'm going to keep my cameras running, keep learning to see what these deer are doing, and let the season tell me which opportunity I need to take and win. Hopefully, somewhere along the way, one of these bucks makes a mistake. And when that happens, you guys are coming with me.